What's up, you guys? This is Adam Gillespie with Rancid and Sweaty Calves coming at you with yet another video. And what do you know? Another thing in regards to Disney and weird sexuality stuff. As you can see from the title here from Bounding into Comics, multiple Disney employees arrested as part of Polk County prostitution and human trafficking sting. I'm going to get into this article, but first of all, if you haven't yet checked out my previous video in regards to Disney's CEO Bob Chapek supporting the grooming of children in Florida and across the nation. Yeah, because it's ridiculous how evil Disney has been lately, or how much they've been evil in the past, and their colors are just finally getting shown. So we got here, the Polk County Sheriff's Office announced they arrested 108 people during a 6-day human trafficking campaign titled Operation March Sadness 2. March Sadness 2. So this is the second March Sadness operation. Among those arrested were multiple employees of the Walt Disney Company and or their subsidiaries. So Disney employees and doing some really weird things. Disney supporting some really weird, disgusting things. A press release from the Polk County Sheriff's Office detailed the campaign saw detectives identify prostitutes who posted online advertisements as well as the Johns who were seeking out the prostitution via online communications with the intent to identify and free any victims who were being forced into prostitution / human trafficking or anyone participating in the trafficking of victims. And we've got some more information down here. I'm going to read through this article pretty much in its entirety because I want you guys to know what's going on. It also states detectives who identified and investigated adults who engaged in online sexually charged communications with those they believed were children. 4 men were arrested for preying on children online. Now, I'm betting that those 4 guys are the Disney employees. Sheriff Grady Judd added, the arrests of a human trafficker and 4 child predators alone makes this whole operation worthwhile. I totally agree. A child and human it's not okay to human traffic in general, but it's a special kind of disgusting when you go after little kids. Okay? It's a special kind of disgusting and evil when you go after children. I mean, it's disgusting either way, but there's something about when you hear little kids being trafficked that makes you want to just do all kinds of bad things to these bad people. The online prostitution industry enables traffickers and victimizes those who are being trafficked. Our goal is to identify victims, offer them help, and find and arrest those who are profiting from the exploitation of human beings. Johns fuel the trafficking and victimization. Where there is prostitution, there's exploitation, disease, dysfunction, and broken families. In a press conference, the sheriff also went over some individuals they arrested. Now, I'm hoping they clarify who that is. I heard that it was 4 Disney employees. Okay, so we got here on the individual. One of the individuals was Xavier Jackson, aged 27. Judd says he thought he was chatting with a 14-year-old and he sent photos of himself doing things that's totally inappropriate. He did not travel, so once again the Orange County Sheriff's Office assisted us, and because he's from Orlando and traveled to arrest him, where he was charged with 3 counts of harmful material and 1 count of unlawful communication. He then added, oh, did I mention that he just so happens to be a lifeguard at the Polynesian Resort for Disney? You think there's a few children around there? That's a good comment. That's a good little awareness right there. That's right. I didn't stutter. He was a lifeguard at the Polynesian Resort for Disney and was bragging about that, Sheriff Judd stated. So we have a child trafficker who is also working for Disney as a lifeguard. And not only that, but he bragged about the fact that he was a lifeguard at Disney where a bunch of kids are, and he's a child trafficker. So he's bragging about the fact that this child trafficking son of a gun is out there, around a bunch of kids, being able to manipulate them at any time if he's so pleased. These guys weren't predators, but they all have something in common. With the last arrest, Xavier Jackson, they worked for Disney. So you have Wilkeson Fidel, he's 24, he lives in Orlando. He thought he was coming for sex. He's been a Disney employee for 4 years, and he works at the Cosmic Restaurant in Tomorrowland, except now he is in the county jail if he hasn't made bond yet. Then there's Shubham Malav, he's 27. He's a software developer for Disney. He's worried because he's here on a work visa from India. He thought he was coming to have sex with 2 ladies. Surprise, once again, undercover detectives. Sheriff explained. I love the brashness of this sheriff. I love his commentary on this. He's just like, surprise! Look at what happened. You thought you had something and now you don't. I don't know what accent that was. That was like a mix between New York and Australian. Lastly, he said, there's Ralph Leese. He's 45. He lives in Winter Garden. He's an IT employee for Disney. Been there about 4 years, and he's married. So he's a 45-year-old married guy who works in the IT department for Disney, and he's a child sex offender. So I'm sure Disney's not pleased. I bet his wife's not pleased, but we're pleased that we are arrested him. He concluded. According to WESH2, a Disney representative informed them that all 4 employees were placed on unpaid leave. You should just fire them. Fire them. They are child sex offenders. They don't deserve to have just leave. And it's so terrible. It's unpaid leave. Don't you see? No. Fire them. Outright fire them. Give them no support. Give them no hope of returning to work at a children's company. Now, if Disney's if Disney doesn't fire these guys and instead just leaves them on unpaid leave, they're showing their hand a little bit in the same sense that they're showing their hand with the whole quote-unquote "Don't Say Gay" bill in Florida, which is really just the Parental Rights and Education bill, which basically means that parents are allowed to understand what's going on in the classroom, and if there's any sort of weird sexual ideology being preached to children in 3rd grade or younger, then they are to be informed about that, and the teachers cannot do that. The teachers cannot teach weird sexual ideologies to kids in 3rd grade and younger. Teachers cannot teach kids how to put on condoms, engage in homosexual activity with grown adults, pleasure themselves physically. Teachers cannot teach children to do incredibly promiscuous sexual activities or engage in weird sexually promiscuous activities with grown adults or other children of the same age. Children cannot be taught about the so-called transgenderism or the transgender movement, which basically says that male and female don't matter and that you could become a boy or a girl whenever you choose to. Teachers cannot teach weird, disgusting sexual ideologies that fly in the face of biology and have a major political ideology backing it. Teachers cannot push that stuff on little kids. That can be learned later on in life. That can be taught later on in the school system, especially in college, because you got gender studies in college. But you should not be teaching that to children. It's a way of grooming kids. And yes, there have been kids who have been taught in the public school system how to put a condom on by running up to the front of the classroom, putting a condom on a banana, and then running back to their seat to see how fast they could do it. Just like a person who's in a rush to get into a sexual activity with a person would do with their own wanker. It's disturbing what is going on in the public schools, and it should not be going on in the public schools. The public school system has failed miserably in regards to children and to the development of children. It is disgusting. It is disgusting. And to see Disney supporting the grooming of children by backing up the leftists who are saying that there's a "Don't Say Gay" bill instead of doing their own research and realizing that this is an evil thing that needs to be stopped. And then you see a bunch of human traffickers and child sex offenders from Disney being arrested in a human trafficking sting. It's kind of telling. Maybe we shouldn't be trusting Disney. Maybe we should just let Disney burn to the ground with their weird sexual ideologies and let them become the next big company on the ash heap of history, who destroyed themselves because of bad marketing and bad ideology. Sorry if I'm a little bit loud. I just get really frustrated when I hear about this kind of crap. I'm glad that these 4 guys were arrested, and that there were dozens of other guys who were arrested for doing this disgusting stuff. But it's not enough. There needs to be no more of it. And the fact that it's happening on a daily basis across the world, and we don't even know about it, or it's not even classified as human trafficking, because it's literally just between family members, is disturbing. And I'm not going to get too much into that. If you guys want to learn about that, you can look up the movie Don't Say My Name. It's a good movie that raises tons of awareness in regards to the human trafficking situation going on in the world. And it's a little low budget, but there are definitely parts in that movie where it's hard to watch because of the realisticness, or the realistic nature of it. So I do hope that if you guys do check that out, you can bear it, or you can stomach to watch it. It's a movie that's supposed to raise awareness about the crap that's going on in the world, and at this point, we need movies like that. Sorry, I just hiccuped. But that's going to be it for the video, guys. If you want to check out this article for yourself, once again, the title is up at the top here. It's multiple Disney employees arrested as part of a Polk County prostitution and human trafficking sting. It was published March 18th, so it was published a Friday, March 18th, which was only a couple days ago. I highly recommend doing some research in regards to this. I know it's hard to do because it's disgusting and it's an evil thing, but it's important for us to, as people, as future parents, to be aware about this stuff, to be able to watch out for our kids and make sure that this stuff doesn't happen. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to leave a like. Comment your thoughts down below in the comment section. If you haven't yet subscribed, hit that bell notification icon, because if you don't, sometimes YouTube doesn't like to notify subscribers when a content creator has uploaded something. But yeah, and also support me on Rumble. I hope you guys follow me over there, because if I ever get kicked off of YouTube, especially for talking about stuff like this, I could very likely be kicked off of YouTube, and Rumble would be the only place I could stream to, because it's a very free and open platform. But yeah, no, that's going to be it for the video, guys. I hope you have a great day and a great rest of the week.